Hey, Jimmy!
Yeah.
Where you at?
Up here.
What up?
4th of July, my man.
Yeah, dude.
All American.
I'll,
C8. What do you think?
bro, impressive in person. I
I'm
cannot
coming
wait.
down right now. Check it out.
I can't wait. Come on down here, bro.
What do you think?
Oh, man, happy 4th.
Happy 4th. So I decided to bring it all American for the holiday.
USA.
It's finally a C8. Now I had never seen them on the road, but never had a chance to touch one. And you're ready for this?
Yeah.
The owner goes, yeah, go pick it up. The keys are in the center console. Just go get it.
Can't even get them.
Yeah, I've never seen one.
You can't even get them. I've seen one on the road, dude. One.
A red one.
Yeah. No.
So,
You saw a red one?
so one red one. Couldn't see the interior.
Now, this is awesome, man.
You know what I like about these cars? Now you can't wear cut-off jeans and those sneakers with an N on it. Those are not required anymore to drive one of these, is it?
Dude, I was, yeah.
Yeah, those days are over?
Apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, man, these things in person
Different.
are 100,000 times better than what the photographs look like online, man. In fact, like the dimensions on them, looking at it, I figured this thing was going to be a long, fat-looking.
Well,
The dimensions are actually spot on in person, dude. They look sick.
here's one of the problems I thought. It's all brand new car.
Yeah.
But they still have to get some of the traits from the year before.
What?
What's the other 50 years ago. But they had to aim still to be a Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of moved everything forward. So some things still have a little bit of the old car, but pretty much 99% is just changed. I already drove the car.
Yeah.
As soon as I drove it out of the parking lot, listen to this. I get in it, I see the two bumps on the hood, which is from the 80s, like the Coke bodies. And I'm like, you know what? Ferrari, Lamborghini, and McLaren, you're screwed. Sorry guys, this thing is phenomenal. And the best way to do it is check out the back and we'll go forward and then we'll go take it for a ride.
Yeah. How much was this?
Okay. Best thing about this car. You ready? General Motors didn't lie. Got the window sticker. It's $58,000 and change. 2 options on it. That's it. I swear to God, 2 options. Came to $61,000, and that's all the owner paid was $61,000. This is a $61,000 Ferrari.
But is it a supercar?
Yeah, it's up for debate.
We're gonna find out.
All right.
We're gonna find out. Wow, man. Listen.
Here's the back. Either you had the Corvette lights or you got the Camaro lights. We can argue about that, but for the longest time, Camaros did get the round lights from the Corvette on those vehicles, especially the 70 and 71, 72, and 73 had the round lights.
So my take on the lights is this, dude, because I was a C6 owner back in like 2010.
Yes.
When they still had the round Corvette lights. Then the Camaro came out with these square-looking ones, and then the C7 came out, and they adopted those, and then the Camaros evolved, and then the Corvette stayed the same, and now these are.
I think they go well with it.
It's an evolution of what the C7 had, and it's going to be interesting to see where the Camaro goes and then what they evolve these to eventually. But here's one thing that I'm not a fan of, because the back end of this car is really cool. I don't know what they were thinking with the exhaust tips, right? But small minor detail, bro. We're talking about a $61,000 mid-engine, 495 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, dual clutch, 8-speed.
Is it 8-speed? Okay, yep.
3,500-pound car.
Yes.
Right? This is a 3,400 pound, 34 and change.
Depends what option.
Because it's not the Z51. The Z51 is 3,637, this is 3,647, something like that.
So the more options, the heavier it gets.
Well, yeah, you add more stuff to the car, but
well, let's check out the interior, but I think the best way is put the windows down and let's take the top.
yeah, let's do that. All right, Jimmy. Well, initial feedback on this is it's a lot better, better than I thought. I mean, way better than I thought. This is.
Let me ask you, what do you think of the steering wheel?
It's a squircle.
A squircle?
That's what they call it. They call it a squircle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a circle square. This is a GM thing. If you ever listen to any of the Taj Juchter, he's the head engineer for Corvette. That's what they call it, a squircle.
Okay.
So it's cool. I can't wait to drive. I want to drive it, and I'll give you more
Yeah, it
feedback
keeps your hands
on it.
comfortable on the corners
Yeah,
of
but
it.
it's pretty neat. But dude, the fit and finish.
Yeah, they showed someone had one with bad stitching on it. Yeah, well, this car doesn't have any bad stitching. I don't know, maybe someone fooled around with that film. But anyways, the stitching on it, this car has no options.
No.
So if you buy one of these, this is what you're getting, just basic.
Yeah.
So
Bose stereo, dude, everything's very driver focused. I thought I was gonna hate this.
This is all the climate control. The only thing is missing here is 2 heated seats.
Yeah.
And I forget what can go here, but it still has dual climate control.
Okay.
Let's hear it with the, well, they're gonna wanna hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's start it up.
All right.
And then leave it in regular, and then we'll put it into track and give it a couple revs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good, Jimmy.
Sounds good. We heard it.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at it. All right. You know what I like about this is, first of all, you can see the motor and plenty of room to put a supercharger on.
I've seen a couple companies already with twin turbo kits. Did you see that? The LMR has a top mounted. They're just 2 giant snails right here.
Right.
I saw that video last night, and then the rest of them are actually taking the rear bumper off and mounting them back here. But dude, it's like surreal to see a mid-engine Corvette. They've been trying to pull this off since like the 60s, 70s.
The first one came out, I think, in the 50s. It's a prototype.
It was a
It's
prototype.
actually in a museum in Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah,
this one here, I like it because the oil pan is right below the rear glass.
The oil pan?
You got it, my man. Right there is the oil cooling or whatever it is. It's just all 5, maybe 8 quarts that are in here. I don't know how many quarts are in it. It's there. It's on a pump. It doesn't.
It's a dry sump.
Yep.
It's a dry sump oiling system, which is also very cool to watch GM evolve with what becomes a base. This is the C706 was the first one to get a dry sump system, and
and not only that, because of that, they lowered the motor. If not, it would have to be higher.
Yeah, I would. It's a pretty impressive piece of engineering, to be honest with you. I mean, they ended up stuffing a trunk back here too, which is.
It fits golf clubs in here. One set, you can take it golf.
Yeah, but I mean.
But here's the thing: is it has a trunk.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call this. But guess what?
Well, this would be a trunk.
Trunk.
Does it have a frunk?
Let's go to the front one. Let's take a look at it.
Want to go take a look at the frunk?
All right. What do you think? A little Lamborghini action going on right here?
That harkens to the Lambo.
Yeah. So, and another trunk?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you could day trip in this.
That's the problem with most exotics. You don't have enough room for anything. This one you can probably pack for a week.
Yeah.
And
that's about this. It's a little bit smaller than the 570.
Yes, but you got the back.
But
yes,
bro, you can literally take this anywhere you want to go.
And the other thing I like about this car, well, you might not like how high it is. So, I mean, even when our car, when you put the front lift up, still doesn't get that high.
No.
Well, they still make a lift for this one. This car does not have it, but
I just can't wait to see what the aftermarket was going to do with these cars. I mean, they've already started. It's sick, dude. I think we've seen enough of this. It's freaking hot out. Let's put the roof back on
and go for a ride.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. So this thing has a lot of settings.
Yeah.
So right now I'm in weather. Then it goes to my mode, which you set up for it.
Right.
But this one's not set up because the car just is brand new. Touring, sport, and I don't know about you, track, and we're just going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Why would you have it anywhere else?
Yeah, track's pretty cool, man.
You ready? Let's take this thing for a ride.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, now we're in the C8. We're both just going to take it for a mild test drive because we just ran it the hell out of it. Quarter mile, we get up to 60 miles an hour. Everything just
60. That's
everything
it.
dies at 60 over here. How
That's it.
come?
It's the Mexican era is weird.
Yeah. This thing shifts.
The
The double clutch,
yeah,
speed. I
yeah,
have no
dude,
idea.
The transmission is the best part by far.
Yes. Yeah, this thing is smooth. It's fast. A little wind noise in it. Was that just the top?
I think that may be because it's just the Lexan top.
Yeah.
You get a little road noise from behind you, but it's definitely livable.
Yeah.
And when you get in it, that exhaust note comes alive. That's going to give it some points for the excitement factor. Yeah, you really hear that back there. That's pretty awesome.
All right, 60.
Yeah,
Finally hit 60.
60's good.
Feeling at 60. Why a guy in front of us is only doing 30 and a 60 mile an hour zone is way on me. What a jerk. So, why is everyone driving so slow?
Oh,
Speed limit 60, it's not 30.
Bro, they don't know how to drive in Mexico. We're in Mexico.
It's comfortable.
So comfortable, dude. I wanted to hate this car.
Because you wanted to figure out how this vehicle for $61,000 is the $61,000 vehicle. I'm sorry, it's a $160,000 car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be $100K
Easy.
easy. Is it devastatingly fast? No. Is it extraordinarily capable? Yeah. Up over 130, it starts getting a little light in the loafers, if you know what I mean. But allegedly over 130, it gets a little light in the loafers. But this is also a base car, so it doesn't possess the rear wing. So who knows what kind of downforce that would generate to maybe keep it a little bit more planted. But it's a bargain at 60 G's, dude.
Yeah. Put it this way, here's a question. Are you sold?
Yeah, for $60,000, you should not even blink.
Right.
You shouldn't even blink.
All right, so I think we're done driving this. So let's get back to the
That's
shop.
pretty cool. Yeah, give it a little floaties. Test the back and forth action. Right? I mean, I'm pretty well planted. Not a lot of deflection.
Come on, 58, 59.
62.
60, yes, 62 miles an hour. Oh, 2 miles an hour with the speed limit. Okay, I'm sorry, 60.
60.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it seems to handle well. What do you feel about that?
I love the ride. I can drive
Yeah,
this
the ride's
thing.
outstanding.
And when you're driving it, what I like about this the most, when you're just in it, not looking behind you, you have no idea what the motor is. And as soon as you hit the gas, then you realize it's a mid-engine car.
Yeah.
But driving for the foot room I have,
Yeah.
I don't feel like the motor's behind us.
No, definitely not. Well, here's the other thing. Motor behind you, the visibility is McLaren-like. I mean, that's one of the real key points to a McLaren, that this is on par with the visibility from a McLaren. This is unbelievable.
Yeah,
Have you driven many Vettes before?
I've never driven a
That
Vette.
big long hood in front, like
Yes.
they've done such an amazing job. Like really, the visibility is outstanding. The reverse visibility, however, not so much. But it's a rear engine car.
This
So
backup camera is fantastic.
yeah,
You see it? It's clear.
Yep.
And it's under the back hatch, and so if it's raining out, I think this is going to be my camera on my McLaren. It gets wet and it's
terrible.
garbage. So no, this thing's fantastic. All right, let's get out of this thing. Let's get back to the warehouse and let's give this thing a score. All right, back in the AC, not a problem with that, right?
No.
All right, so I'll make it easy. 10. We'll call it a day. Dollar for dollar, we're done. This thing's the best.
That's at 60. We're
Okay.
done.
Good. Yeah, 60.
No, listen. For the price point, it is a 10 all the way around. But when we're comparing to supercars, becomes a little bit different story. But again, that's not to say this car is so close to like absolute supercar performance, man. You're gonna find out why when we give it the scores. There's certain things this car does really, really perfectly, and there's certain things that are lagging. But if I know GM and I know how these cars evolve as the models come out, like the Z06 will be twin turbo, it's
gonna hurt, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Sorry, Ferrari. This is gonna hurt.
It's gonna crush these.
Lamborghini, this is gonna hurt even worse.
Right.
And McLaren, you're gonna cry.
Yeah. Yeah. Because at $61,000, this is a absolute performance steal. When this car gets another 100, 150 horsepower,
it's over.
It's done.
It's done.
So speaking of that, power-wise, I got a 6 for this car because it's 495 horsepower. It's a mid-engine car. It shouldn't feel how it feels. I made comments to Jim while we were driving. It shouldn't do this. And it's a testament to how they deliver that 495 horsepower. It feels much more like a 550 horsepower Audi, like the R8 that we just did. So I gave it a 6, which is actually on par with that Audi R8 that we just did. What'd you get for power?
It's underpowered. It delivers all of it out of the hole. So, and the transmission, they'll give the transmission 11. It shifts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I drove the Porsche. This shifts much nicer. It is an 8-speed, not a 7-speed. Right. Dual clutch. So I'll give it, for the power I gave it a 6 because you're looking for more. Now, why am I looking for more? Because it laid it down perfectly, and it thinks if you can lay that down, you can lay down 500, you can lay down 7, maybe 800.
Right. So let me ask you this, though.
Go
if
ahead.
we weren't talking about a $60,000 car, would you still...
Give it a 10.
Yeah. At a $60,000 car, it's
dollar for dollar, it's 11.
Right.
Sorry.
Now, if we were comparing it to, say, even the 480A.
Correct.
That's where we come up with these numbers.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why it's a 6.
It's got what you want more.
Right. So what'd you get for handling then?
The handling, I gave it a 7. Now, this one doesn't have the handling package on it, so it's got the softer suspension
It's a base car.
It's a base car. Haven't driven that one. We're just happy to get this one.
Yeah.
So the base one, I just gave it a 7. Would you give it for handling?
I also gave it a 7, and here's the reason.
Go ahead.
So I drove it the quarter mile pass, up to about 130 miles an hour. It's solid, very stable car. When you kiss over 130, 135 miles an hour, it starts getting a little bit light in the nose, and it actually got a little bit sketchy for me, so I shut it down. Handling wise, side to side, it's crisp.
Yeah.
It's just a little boggy. It's not like razor sharp, but it's crisp enough. Again, we're talking, and the whole time I'm driving this car, I'm thinking, holy shit, this thing's only $60,000, and it's doing this. It shouldn't perform the way that it does. The transmission delivery is unbelievable. That, for me, is the best part of this car. The transmission is out freaking standing, and it feels like it's going to be able to handle a heck of a lot more. So for handling, I gave it a 7, and that's a testament to what GM's put together here. The interior for me is a 10 because it's freaking awesome. That's my second favorite thing about the car, transmission being the first. The interior is a 10. It's perfect. It wraps around you good. There was things I thought I was going to hate, but they actually turned into positives. The passenger side experience is much different than the driver side experience, but who cares about your passenger because it's your car, you're driving it, and for 60 grand, that's outstanding. What'd you have for the interior?
I gave it a 9. The exterior, I gave it a 9. Some might not like it. I like it. I know General Motors had a goal, and that was to keep their Corvette buyers happy.
Right, purists.
If this wouldn't be there and stuff, the lights would have been totally different if they didn't have to. So if you are a Corvette owner and you're looking to get this one, yes, it's still a Corvette, and that's good news. So yes, so I gave the exterior a 9. What'd you do?
Okay, so for me, the exterior was an 8.
Okay.
Right? And people might beat me up for it because, oh, it's beautiful. And it is. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. There's a couple of things I dislike about it. A, the ride height, which also feeds into the handling score, right? The ride height's a little bit high. It's up there. For me, the worst part of the car is the rear end. Which designer at GM decided you wanted to put like square exhaust tips on a car with angles?
Well, maybe that's why.
Yeah, that just didn't make any sense to me because when you take a look at some other videos and they're doing aftermarket exhaust with round tips, Those belong on this car, not these
Aftermarket for this
goofy.
is round.
Yeah, dude, the aftermarket's round. They just look goofy to me. The rear end without the spoiler also is kind of a disappointment. The front end is devastating looking. It's amazing. The side profile is absolutely the coolest Corvette ever produced. So for those reasons, for me, the exterior got an 8, which feeds into the excitement of the car, right? How many people are like, yeah, cool.
We get a lot of looks on this car.
Like,
I had a minivan, soccer mom, and she's thumbs up even though she knows what it is.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, I mean, isn't it an exciting car? For 60,000 bucks, this thing is unbelievable. When you step on the gas, it's, wow, this is cool. So for me, the excitement level was an 8. Because of the transmission delivery, the power is lacking a little bit. When this car has turbos on it,
it's all over.
It's going to be an 11, dude.
Over.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. What'd you get for excitement?
I gave it a 7.
Yeah.
I love the. I gave it a 7, but shame on me because now I want to buy one. How's that?
For 60 grand, it's almost like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. And then if you get the handling package on it, it'll probably handle better.
Yeah.
And you said about the looks of it, but you remember it's this big because it has room in the trunk and it has one in the back. So you're going to sacrifice that little bit of look, but overall, if you want to take off in the weekend, this you can. Forget the McLaren. You're not taking off in the weekend. This one, this is a weekend car. This you can drive every day.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to Disney or you want to go to the west coast of Florida, because we're here on the East Coast, you can take it. My car, I have to pack around it and use the car as a suitcase. This thing's great because you don't have to do that.
No thought. Just throw whatever you're bringing in and let's go.
And then the sound on this one, yeah, it doesn't have the open exhaust or the valves in it. So for the sound, I just gave it a 6 because it's quiet.
Yeah, same with me. It's just standard V8. Yeah,
but
it sounds like a Corvette.
Yes.
Let's say that. The motor's in the completely wrong spot. Still sounds like an LS/LT.
Yes.
But I want more.
Well, here's the good news.
More. It leaves you wanting.
I gave it a 6.
It leaves you wanting more.
You can get more. We know it's there. Yeah. Forget it how it's too high in the front. Great, I'm not going to hit a curb. Great, I can fit luggage in it. Tailpipes, we'll change all that. They'll kill 3 birds with 1 stone because you get rid of the cats. Sorry, General Motors. And then you'll change the round tips on it. Yeah. So you'll get the noise out of it. But laying into it, when you're driving normal speed, you forget you're in a supercar. As soon as you hit the gas, you realize you're in a mid-engine Corvette. But
well, hold on. You just referred to it as a supercar. Is this a supercar?
It's going to be.
But is this a supercar?
Close.
What's your gut tell you?
It's a supercar. It's a rear engine car. If you work for Lamborghini, you're going to say no. Forget McLaren. But this car, when it gets the bigger or faster motor and when it kicks everyone's ass.
That's going to be a supercar.
No, it's just going to piss everyone off. Yeah. That I like.
No.
You want to get pissed off? This is going to piss you off with a big smile and half the price or a third the price.
Third, yeah. So
your overall?
So for me, it was my overall was a 45.
I gave it a 44. So this car is great. I'm so happy we got our hands on one.
So listen, this 4.45 is on par with that Audi R8.
Yep.
For $30,000 less for a 6-year newer car.
And you get 3-year warranty.
And you get a 3-year, $36,000.
And I probably can get a few more years of warranty on it, but
100%. So I mean, for me, this particular model, not a supercar. He thinks it is. I think the Z06 and the CR1 are gonna.
It doesn't have to do much to get
there.
No,
it doesn't.
This car could be a supercar.
Yeah, it could be.
I can go to some place and have twin turbos put on it and make myself cry.
100%. No, there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings in the automotive industry.
I love it.
This is crushing everything in its class.
Yeah.
True supercars, Lamborghini, whatever, are not this, but it's as close as you're going to get, and it's right there.
Yeah.
So that's what we got for this car, man. What else? What do you think's next?
I think a 720 throws flames.
Let's go.
It's supposed to have 840 horsepower. Saw a photo of it. It's got no bumper on it. Hopefully it doesn't have a bumper. All right, so this thing isn't stock. So we're not going, so we'll grade this one, but it doesn't count. So, well.
LFG, baby. LFG. Let's go.
I went and burn some marshmallows with this thing.
Let's do it. You bring them back next week.
Yes. So my name is James Guerra. You just watched another great episode of SuperCar World TV. See you soon.
See ya.
See ya.